wonderful. Put your hands together for Kyle Adams, everybody.
That was a nice woo. A wonderful outburst of optimism. Didn't know it was an acronym, did you? How's it going tonight? Woo, another one. Thank you. You're so generous in such a small room. That's an interesting question to ask somebody, especially a group of strangers or acquaintances at best. I wish I could, answer that question honestly when people ask me that question, how's it going? And I wish I could just tell them, I'm trying to find that sweet spot of nihilism where I just don't give a shit, but at the same time I want to better myself. But maybe that's selfish. How's it going with you? And they just go, it's going. It's going. It's literally the most depressing thing you could tell another human being if you read the subtext. It's basically, my life has no meaning. My days come and go with no recollection of them. It's going. I found since I've moved to Portland, I've reverted to different states. Like when I first moved out here, I was riding the bus all the time and playing Pokemon on the bus, and I had a backpack everywhere I went. And I realized I reverted to my 5th grade self, which is kind of interesting. And now that my dad's out here, I've actually reverted roles with my dad, which is kind of crazy. It's like I have to tell him, Dad, you can't say that around here. You can't say that to certain people. You can't say these things, Or I'm just, I'm driving him home. The poor guy gets tuckered out in the car, But it's a little different because I'm smoking weed. And I don't want to end up like him, especially in a comedy format, because it's basically something that he does all the time, and just like everyday life would be horrible on the stage. And that is, he will just, if people don't know where he's going with something, he'll just continue. He'll go up to a group of people, hey, you remember that guy from this show? Oh, you never saw that show? Oh, well, let me continue to sing about that show and sing one of the songs from that show. It's like, yeah, you've never seen it? Remember it? Come on, sing the song. And he'll just reach out to people in the vicinity and trying to talk to anyone who will listen to him. And I feel like I'm doing that right now. And it's not a good look for me, I'm working on my confidence, so I'm making eye contact with some of you guys. And it's a weird skill of confidence. I don't want to be too confident, I know that guy, I work with that guy. He gives out unsolicited advice about running. He's like, Kyle, I heard you've had some issues with running. What you really need to do is put some Band-Aids on your nipples, bro. I was like, that's what you need to do. And make sure you don't run just once a week. I know you're probably just running about once a week. You need to do it about 3 times a week. And of course, this guy is one of those douches who has a tattoo that's deeper than he is. And he has a tattoo of it's the outline of the continents of the world on his feet. And it's interesting because he spends most of his time looking down on people. And I never knew he was that deep. But if I'm going to be putting this dude on blast, I'm going to have to admit something about myself. I cry during movies, which isn't that odd, but I cry during comic book movies, which is kind of odd. And there's one movie in particular, it's The Dark Knight. There's a scene at the end, and everyone always likes to make fun of it. It's the speech where they go oh, he wasn't the hero we needed, but the one we deserved, but he wasn't available, so we called somebody else, And Batman is running off, and he's taking the blame for a crime that Harvey Dent committed. And this is where I start to get teared up. Jim Gordon's son looks up at his dad and goes, "Why are we chasing him? He didn't do anything wrong." And my eyes just swell up with tears. And then he says, "We have to chase him because he can take it." And then I just started bawling. And I never realized, thanks to you, Christopher Nolan, now I know that I have a masochist tendency and a little bit of a victim mentality as well. But that's interesting. We're going to have some new stuff tonight, you guys. I don't have any shows coming up, but I do want to plug one thing. This Saturday night, I will be at Red Robin Gourmet Burgers serving bottomless fries. And I won't be telling any jokes, but you can come and witness my life, which is kind of one big joke in and of itself. I come from Florida, and I want you guys to know that Florida is full of assholes, and there's nothing to do out there except for jump in a pool. So Florida is full of chlorinated assholes. And if I ever end up going back there, I'm going to take advantage of that and open the world's first tanning salon and anal bleaching plaza in one. It's going to be called Bleach Butthole Beach Tanning Salon. And I have a nifty jingle to go along with my business venture. You guys want to hear it? Yeah. All right. Come on down to Bleach Butthole Town. We'll turn your brown parts white and your white parts brown. Thank you very much, Kyle. I'm Kyle Adams.